Yard sale this Saturday. Got a super good deal. Went to a yard sale locally and they had all of these DVDs. On this box here, we bought a sealed RCA VCR tape. All of these DVDs over here. And a couple of items here. Found a couple of Globe Bulb Sylvania packets. And we have a sealed game, which I think Daren put somewhere else. But I wanted to let you guys see this because all of these DVDs that were there at the yard sale, we only paid, you're gonna die. We only paid $5 for all of them. Wow, it's definitely springtime at the toy barn. Isn't that beautiful? Can't wait to see my rose bushes start coming up very soon. Hey, welcome back, Madcap Toys fans. You are back in the toy barn. I hope you've had a fantastic Easter holiday and everything has been going well for you. But before we begin, if you haven't already, what are you doing? Subscribe to the Madcap Toys family. We really do want you to be a part of us. Also hit the bell for all notifications because each and every time we upload content, of course, you're going to be the first to know, and comments, you know we love them, so just keep them coming. We have a lot to talk about. So we are going to not only talk about in this video what has been happening on eBay, but we're also going to share with you some news and an announcement that me and Daren have decided to kind of help us along the way of making sure that we're providing you enough content and quality content that you deserve. Let's get started about our main topic. Okay, we all know that eBay has had some kind of slowdown, right? Now, some of you may say, I don't know what you're talking about. I've been doing pretty well. We've had sales. Don't get me wrong. We even had sales this morning, but they're not either A, high dollar, or B, they're not consistent as far as how much in a given day. I know a lot of people have been talking about it, not necessarily us, but I'm talking about everybody's sales of their own on regular social media groups. I've seen a lot of people talking about the eBay slowdown. So we got to consider what is causing that. Is it the tariffs? Is it, and people are not buying as much as they would. Maybe they're holding back. Maybe they're paying out their tax payments from the first quarter. They've had to slow down purchasing things. We've even sent off ours. So we really don't know what buyers' thoughts are. I know things are growing. Things are doing good in our nation. But it just seems like, we're just kind of sort of at a standstill at this moment. Is it eBay constantly shutting down at certain times, in intervals where we're not getting visibility like we need to amongst that, between the people that do promoted listings and those that don't pay for promoted listings, or they're getting the more of the visibility, even depending on how much they put on promoted. All of these things are in our minds, right? It takes place. We kind of wonder what it is exactly that's going on and why the eBay slowdown. But we have noticed it as well. We wanted to share that with you. Again, I'm still making numbers. All my numbers at Madcap Toys Plus have been turning green. They're still going up. But as far as the amount of money that I had been making per day, seems to be going down somewhat. Instead of increasing. Now, month over month with Madcap Toys Plus, we have increased month over month. So we still see that climb. That still is a plus. That is no complaint there. But it's just the fact it seems like the amounts per day have been lower than before. So what can we say about that? What can we do about that? We just keep doing what we're doing, right? We continue to list. We continue to try to be competitive as possible. We try to put as many keywords and titles that make sense. If we need assistance with AI, we can do that. If not, look and see what other people put for that specific item and see the sales consistency there, comp the things that you get or the things that you have already listed and redo those listings, and then sell similar, refresh, right? There's different ways that we can try to do things to do our best to change things, but it can also be the season. You know, this weekend was Easter, right? Everybody was purchasing all things, you know, when it comes to that, you know, whether it be clothing for church or, you know, plastic Easter eggs and candy for the kids to Easter baskets and so on and so forth. Easter dinners, people have family that came over and celebrated Easter Sunday dinner. So there's a lot of different things could be. But in general, I have seen a lot of people talk about that slowdown. What do you think about it? Has it been slow for you? Let me know in the comments below. Do you have see a difference in your sales from this month to last month? Let me know. We really do want to hear from you. All right, so to continue, Daren and I have been doing some discussion. Have you noticed that this last week and a little bit the week before, we've been kind of putting in fill-in videos? There hasn't been as many what solds. The reason being, and the factor we want to keep on doing the what solds, and we want to keep on, you know, talking to you guys about reselling, and that's what we love to do, and that's what we strive to do. But it just seems like, because I'm not part-time or I'm not full-time like Daren is, it just seems like that time is of the essence. It gets more and more precious for other things that happen. We still have to deal with our home life. We still have to deal with, you know, what I do. That's the main income. And we also have to deal with the reselling as well. So there's not a lot of personal time, and we're not complaining about that because we signed up for that. But it just seems like we're not able to get out here to do the videos like we want. And I remember it was during wintertime, still about a month or two ago. It was my idea to go, hey, we've got enough stuff sold, so let's add a day. Let's go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. And for a while there, it did work out. We had plenty of, you know, the sales, we had the content, we had everything going on and going well for us. But it just seems like that time caught up, especially once Christmas hit and we had all of these events, whether it be going to church, whether it be, you know, going to family, traveling out to family. Daren's mom lives about 2.5 hours away from our home. My father lives about 45 minutes away south from where we live. So we're fortunate that our kids and grandkids, except for one set, generally live within minutes from us. But it just, time catches up when you have holidays and things. It kind of creeps away your work. You're more there to celebrate and enjoy each other's time and all of that than that. And then you still have the eBay stuff, right? In Mercari and Poshmark, you still have to fulfill orders. You still have to find them, get them packed and shipped. So the time had been taking up on that. So we have decided that we are going to start doing our what solds back how we used to on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I'm going to try to make sure I post that in the community. And I'm going to see if I can try to do that on our cover photo at Madcap Toys. Try to put it there so people know that our what sold videos are going to be there on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now, we're still going to try to do shorts throughout the week at noon. We're also going to have Tuesdays and Thursdays open. So if Daren wants to list a video of what we had been getting in or talk about a certain topic, those days on Tuesdays and Thursdays, if he wishes, can be filled into those days. So it may still look like a full week. But as far as the what solds, we're going to have to just draw back and get back to the Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing and go from there until we have more than enough, you know, moving ahead, so it can make us be able to do our jobs better, be able to, you know, fulfill better. We have a focus on certain days, what we can do, what we can't do. We can list more, we can do more, and our time is more effective. I hope that makes sense to you. So that is what we're going to do. Also, Daren is still on the Mercari train, still getting things relisted, refreshed. We did find out there was a lot of duplicates within there. So I think he has about 2,000 to 3,000 more listings to refresh to go. So we're trying to get those duplicates removed, deleted, and finding all these things, because once you start back in Mercari from 2019 and you come all the way from 2025, you notice that maybe not all things, if they were once cross-posted, wasn't always removed, or they were removed and somehow magically delicious, they're right back on there. So he's been working that at night, and while I've been continuing to list. So Friday got super busy for me, and so I had to skip a day of listing, which I hated. I felt so bad. But the very next day, I basically, what I did was, as I did OT, I put on a full 20 at Madcap Toys plus that day, what I normally do, and then added another 10 to make up for the day before. And I'm going to try to, in the next 24 to 48 hours, add another 10. So that day isn't a 0 day when it comes to listing. So that's what I'm wanting to do there. So let's get started. We're going to talk about, oh, there's my phone, talk about the items that we sold at Madcap Toys. Madcap Toys Plus, and kind of share with you everything there. If you are a viewer and you have purchased off of us, please let us know in the comments when you do, if you buy off, whether it's eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, give us a note to say that you view our channel. We will make sure we will shout you out at that moment, okay? Very first one, we have some shareware. So we bought a lot of lots, whether it be from the Mission place, whether it be from, because they were like, we don't want this stuff, you know, we'll sell it to you for a good deal. Whether it be garage sales, like yesterday, did you see the DVDs? Amazing. Whether it be that we purchased a pallet of DVDs earlier this year, whatever it may be, we got a plethora of different DVDs, CDs, vinyl records, and also a few CD-ROMs. So this was one of them. This is a Heretic Shareware PC CD-ROM software from 1994. Very good. And we already got positive feedback. And this one sold for $6.99 plus shipping to boot. Thank you so much. Yeah, I love that. I love to get those deals. And you know, if you do buy a lot of DVDs and so forth, a lot of times you'll get, people won't normally go through them all. Once in a while, you'll open up a case, and see that there's an extra DVD in there of some other movie. So we have a stack of plastic cases that if that does happen and it's in good shape, we will put it into a separate little original cover holder and then sell it online. So it's fantastic. Daren's got a good system going there, and we do the same with CDs as well if we find any. All right, and some toys here. I love this toy. I think I owned this back when I was a little kid. This is actually a reissue of the older vintage toys from the past. This is the Fisher-Price Pocket Camera Preschool Pretend Play, 24 months and up. This was found on River Shelf 4, and I have one more of these left. Just love the reissues. And it sold for $15.99 plus ship. Very, very good. Also got some wonderful feedback from that one. And then next up from our media buy, we sold a DVD, 1998 Polly, brand new and sealed. I love it when you can go to yard sales or, you know, find things at thrifts or whatever you do and find you can get some sealed here and there. And this was one of them. This one, of course, was found in the shed, and it sold for $7.19 plus ship. So right competitive where we needed it to be. I believe I did send out a 10% coupon, and they gobbled it right up. Very good. So you know that they're working well when they are sealed, never been opened, right? It's a pretty decent guarantee that everything's going to work out perfectly. All right, so let's go back here. I notice if I swipe to the right, a lot of times on the phone, it will remove the list here. So I'm getting back on it right now. All right, here we go. All right, and this one I was super excited about. I got this at a half price directly from Hasbro when they were doing their overstock online. So I've had these for a little while, and I do have one left. This was found on River Shelf 1. This is from For Real from Hasbro. Mama Josie the Kangaroo Interactive. It was still working beautiful. Found on River Shelf 1. And again, we have one of these available, and it sold for $39.99 plus ship. What a fun item. Again, still have one left, and they were really enjoyable. I still have a lot of the For Real from Hasbro items still available. And then next up from our media buy, Greatest Hits by Expose, way back in 1995. And this was, of course, was found in our media area. And I did make sure that I showed a picture, because if you've noticed, once in a while, if you find CDs or CD cases and the knobs, I don't know if I do have one, hold on. And the knobs, like from here, you know how you can see them here or here. Sometimes you won't know it, because you don't open them all up at a yard sale, right? You just don't do those things. You open it up and the front cover, you know, kind of unhooks, and then you notice that one of the knobs is missing, or it had been broken. So that was one of the ones I made sure in the photo that they seen that the knob was missing. I always make sure, because if people are collecting those CDs for any reason, they want to make sure they have a good case. So I thought, you know, I'm going to show that, because even if, and there's folks that don't care about the case, all they care about is the music, the CD. But I always make sure that people are aware of the condition of the cases. And this one sold for $6.79 plus ship. I think I sent out a 10% offer there as well. And from our Target palette, these look very, very nice, probably especially if someone is going on vacation or went on spring break. Found from the Merriment bag. This is from Kona Soul Women's Fold Over Comfortable Swim Boy Shorts, size medium. And these sold very, very good. I paid $1 for them. Sold them for $10.99 plus ship. I love those clothing Gaylord Target palettes. They're amazing. You can find a lot of great stuff, and you'll also find stuff that aren't so great at times, right? I've found puffy jackets that have a couple of tears in this, you know, in the shoulders, or something that looks like it's been tried on over and over again that you got to kind of just dispose of, especially if it's intimates of any reason. Don't post those online. And, you know, just different things like that, a button missing, what have you. So I always go through, once I get that Gaylord palette home, and go through one by one to check everything out before it goes up for listing. But this was a beautiful one. It really had the tag. It was gorgeous. It was definitely not tried on at all. And from our vinyl record series, we also try to get vinyls everywhere we go, whether it be thrifting, whether it be through yard sales, whatever we can find, or sometimes we get donations. You just never know. This one is, and I got thumbs up with that one, Nori Paramore's Autumn 33 RPM vinyl record. This was found in our media area, in our upstairs area. And this one sold for $7.99 plus ship. Very, very good. It was about the average price for the vinyls. And if you are brand new to the channel, we always make sure that our records are not only bubble wrapped, but they're also put in a Gemini card, or not a Gemini, but a RPM cardboard mailer. So we have certain sizes for the 33s, and we have also sizes for the smaller at the 45s. And so that way they're protected, right? And that's what we do. And we always try to keep them in stock. I just actually did a box order a couple of days ago. Have already had my eBay shipping supplies one. Thank you, eBay shipping supplies, and used my coupons on both stores. And now I'm waiting on some priority USPS boxes as well. And next up, another palette buy for clothing. This one was found in our snowflake bag. This is the men's stripe standard fit crew neck long sleeve t-shirt from Goodfellow and Company, size extra large. And this one sold for a really good deal, because they asked for one. I did the calculations and still made about 250% profit. Sold for $4.50 plus ship. Very, very good. And from our media buy, another CD, Mercy, Mercy, Mercy by the Buckingham's CD. Found on the media shelf. And of course the April discount was used, and this one sold for $5.99 plus ship. Very, very good. About standard from, you know, on the prices that we've been putting on these to move, because we have a lot of them, and a lot more that have just came in too. All right, and From our Transformers series, I like this one. I just did this one on an eBay, on a retail arbitrage about a year ago when I was up north on a client run. And I bought a bunch of Transformers, a bunch of Jurassic Park, and all of that. Everything was filled up to the top, but I really enjoyed it, and a lot of these items are moving pretty good. This was found on River Shelf 1. This is the Hasbro Transformers Earthspark Warrior Skywarp action figure. And it sold for $14.95 plus ship. Looks like my Walmart Plus order is arriving. That's what you heard on the ding, that is arriving this afternoon. I like the fact that I've got the texting to where I kind of know when they're going to arrive, right? Or when they say they're going to arrive. All right, and next up from our media buy, really nice. We also do cassette tapes as well, as you guys know. This is from Hank Williams Jr. Greatest Hits cassette tape from 1986, still in beautiful condition. And this one sold for $4.39 plus ship. Very, very good. Again, we only paid roughly for cassettes quarter to 50 cents per, maybe. I don't think we've ever paid $1 or more unless it was in a huge lot. But mostly if you have a huge lot, if you take what you paid and then you divide it up into so many, you wouldn't. So like I said, it probably was maybe a quarter to 50 cents. I know I got a lot of cassettes from a fill-a-bag back in February, so I know we didn't pay that much for it. We still try to profit on everything that we sell. All right, and next up again from a Target Gaylord pallet. They not only bought one, not two, but 3 pairs of these Alaska Knits women's lightweight wool blend marled crew socks in the color of khaki. So these were found in various bags in our clothing area. And they even took advantage of a volume discount, which is very, very good. So they saved up to 20% if they bought 3 pairs or more. We still have 2 pairs of these left. So if you like those, pick them up. And these sold all together for $29.97 plus ship. That was a very, very, very good sale. I believe I was 800% as far as profit margin there. And then lastly, from a media buy again, this is cute. I don't think I've ever seen this this movie. Of course, it was back in 1959, but I used to watch a lot of older movies back in the day in the 70s and 80s. Darby O'Gill and the Little People. It was really good condition too, inside and out. Found in our media area. And they also took advantage of the April discount, 10% off all month. And this one sold for $5.99 plus shipping to boot. Thank you so much for all of you. And like I said, if you are a viewer, please let us know in the comments below, or in the comments, not below, the comment area. When you purchase, like on eBay, they do have notes, and I think the other ones do, to let us know that you're a viewer, and we will make sure that we thank you here. I don't have much else to say, guys. I'm filming this on a weekend, and I have to very soon get ready for a Easter service for church. Also, I'm not going to do fulfillment, at least today. I'm going to try to do it tomorrow while I'm filming another video. And get things started and just move from there. So I'm wanting to get some little bit of work in, because I'm probably going to be gone for quite a while today, probably 4 or 5 hours. I probably won't be home until late this evening. So I just want to get something done to make it worthwhile, because you got to take your time and fill it in right where you need it to be, right? Resellers, it's precious. You want to make sure you get things done still, and don't just drop everything. I don't got anything else to say, guys, but you have been fantastic. And until next time, bye-bye.